The graphing calculator can be real handy in helping us solve systems that are a little more complicated. However, you can't type this equation into your graphing calculator. You have to get it solved for y first. So the only way to do that is to get rid of the squared, and we're going to square root on both sides. Now when we do that, we'll get the square root of 12 minus 6x squared. But we introduce a square root, and that's why we need to use a plus or minus. For the second equation, that equation is okay and can be typed in the way that it is. Now, in order to get this all typed into our calculator right, we need to first split that first equation into two separate ones. The first one being the square root of 12 minus 6x squared. The next equation would be the negative square root of 12 minus 6x squared. Now we leave the third equation as it is, 1 minus 3x, and we move over to the graphing calculator. So just type it in the way that it looks. And they should look just like this. This is on the new TI-84 plus C. If you're on an older version of a Texas Instrument TI-84, you might have to use some more parentheses, but know your calculator and know how to type things in. Once you graph, it should look like this. There would be two halves because we broke that first equation into its two pieces. The first square root, the positive one, is the one that's on top, that's in blue. The negative square root equation is the one that's on bottom, in red. Then the third equation is that black line. When we want to find the solutions to the system, there are two of them. The first solution is going to be right here. And in order to do that, you're going to use second and F4, and then you'll get that menu where you get to choose intersect. Make sure that when you're going through the process of intersect, and it asks you for the first curve, you make sure that your first equation is going to be this one that's in blue. But for your second curve, make sure that you use the up and down arrows to put your cursor on the black line. Then it'll find the intersection of the blue curve and the black line. When you do that, you'll find this solution, which is negative 0.679, 3.038. Now repeat the process again by going second and F4, then going down to intersect. This time, when you're asked for the first and the second curve, make sure your two cursors are on the red curve and the black line, and that'll give us this solution as the point of intersection. And that point is 1.079, negative 2.238.